Hello everyone and welcome back to Age of Nagash, which is a channel dedicated to Age of Sigmar, and in this video it's going to be an other pre-order price leak sort of video. I mean, I'll be absolutely honest with you guys, unless I've sort of been like living under a rock and this thing's been going on every week, you know, for the last 2 years or something. I think it's quite unusual that there has been free, you know, pre-order price leaks within 3 weeks. Like every week it's the same information being leaked. Like I said, maybe this was happening every week anyway and I was somehow missed it, but I doubt it. I know every so often we manage to get like a glimpse of what we knew the pre-order prices and everything were going to be, but this seems to be quite unusual how it happens to be every week now for 3 weeks. But it's all good news, obviously, because it's news and we know we've got basically an extra week before pre-orders go on to be able to spend the money if you want to, and especially how it can be quite a good idea. Some of these things quite often lately can be sold out very quickly. So at least this gives you enough time to know if you want to buy something, rather than go on pre-order and go, oh, that's the price. Do I want to miss out on it? I don't really want to, but that's more money I wanted to spend. I don't really have time to think about it. This obviously gives you the extra time to process. So what we'll be doing in this video is we'll be going over all the leaked prices we've got. It's all going to be centered around the releases for Broken Realms Craigness. But we've also got the boxes that are going to come out for Broken Realm Craigness. So these are obviously the army boxes we're used to with these Broken Realm books. So there's 4 boxes per book come out. Every, you know, box is for a different army, etc. And we've got the rumoured content for what each box contains. And I say rumoured because obviously all of this is on the internet. It's not confirmed by Games Workshop. So it is rumoured, but they do tend to be right probably 90% of the time. So we'll be doing that after we go through the prices. As I know some of you may not be interested in the boxes, so I'll just tell you the price straight away. You can see them right on the screen at the moment as well. And although I've collected this information and stuff, if you want to see it yourselves, go over to my Discord. You'll find a link to that in the description of this video. Click on that and it will take you to the Discord where you can read it all for yourselves if you'd like to. And like, although I've collected all this information, I haven't actually read through all the prices myself and stuff yet, because I wanted to like sort of like keep it as a surprise of the video, so I get basically my full reaction on camera to see what I think these are going to be. But with the first one to look at, shall we do? We're just going to go down the Warhammer community page, because luckily though they do put everything that's going to be on pre-order, so hopefully all these things will be over here. So the first one we're going to look at is going to be Craigness himself. So if we go to Grand Tournament, I presume that's 40k Grand Tournament, blah blah blah. Where is he? Craigness, the End of Empires. That's his name. That's quite interesting. So he's £100. Nice round number that is, isn't it? Nice solid round number. No mucking around. I will say though, I know that he is really quite big, isn't he? He's not tiny. He's not like that big or something. He is. When they scaled him up, he looked like it was maybe, with the rock, the size of like a Mega Gargant or something like that. But I still always feel like if it's not the size of Archaon, you know, it shouldn't be £100. But I feel like that's a lot of money. But we do have things like, you know, obviously the Mega Gargants that are now, what are they? They are £120, I believe, which I honestly think is too much money. And then you have Teclis is 105, so they've broken the £100 mark. So this guy could have been more expensive, basically, especially if he is meant to be similar sort of size to a Mega Gargant. He could have been more like that sort of price, or he could have been Texas price at £105. Obviously, you can sort out to see what it's going to be in your currency, but just for, you know, the British pound and stuff, I feel that's a lot of money. But I think when you see the model on the table, maybe, and you actually see like an idea of scale and size to it, £100 isn't a lot of money, but it's a lot of money always, isn't it, for one model? And it always depends how useful he's going to be. Like, there's somewhere on this article, I haven't read it today, but someone highlighted it and sent it to me, that apparently this guy can potentially do, I think, 36 mortal wounds on the charge. You know, like, talking about expensive models and being a hypocrite, my Corn Dragon, I believe it does like D3 mortal wounds and a 3 up or a 4 up or something on the charge, which makes the dragon very sad. But it'd be interesting to see how many points this guy is going to be, because if he's really, really strong and powerful in the game, be interesting to see how many points he will be to reflect that, because it's one of those, isn't it? If he becomes a really useful piece for most destruction forces, as you know, he hasn't got his own specific allegiance, he'll just be put into destruction forces, or to be fair, he might get his own allegiance, but then you just basically mishmash or grots and ogres together in Gargants, which will be a thing potentially. If he's not particularly useful, I don't see a lot of people buying him. In all honesty, yeah, especially at that price tag. But if he has got use, then I can see people doing it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. So I'm on Renara. I just think anything that's got like a 3 digits onto it, I just feel like that's really expensive. And I've heard people say, like, rumoured that maybe Beast of Chaos will go into Destruction. And again, that's just a rumour, but because obviously this is like a Centaur sort of, well, a very big Centaur, that Beast of Chaos could maybe go into Destruction, maybe, and we could see some interesting things happen. But yeah, let me know your thoughts are about that price. But then we have Lord Croak. So yes, your old Croak is probably now going to be a generic Slan, and now that that completely sold out, Games Workshop wants you to buy the new one. It was a very good plan they had of theirs. But so anyway, with him, he is going to be Seraphon, Lord Croak, £74. Obviously cheaper, not as big, but to be fair, £74. I mean, I reckon Lord Croak, fine cast. I mean, like I said, he's sold out now, but he probably was 30, 35 at a guess. So this guy is, you know, double his price, but he's a hell of a cool model, like, especially in comparison to the old one. So yeah, I think going with Games Workshop prices, that seems about fair enough, to be honest. Very nice model. Nice that he got an update. Well, I say nice, I still feel like it was a bit of a dick move Games Workshop did, but they do love their money, don't they? And then going on to the Talons and Voice of Slaanesh. Obviously, we got shown these two, I think same sort of time maybe as Lord Croak, but it was a while ago now. It's probably about a month ago. But of course, coming at Broken Realm, Cragnos, so we didn't know what their prices were and stuff until now. So the Talon of Slaanesh, £68. That's pretty good, to be fair. That's cheaper than I thought. I'd rather have one of these than Lord Croak. So actually, I wouldn't want to paint one of these. So I do kind of retract that statement. But after painting one Keeper of Secrets, that was enough. But they do look lovely. And so I'm just going for the Talon Slaanesh here. But is there the other one here? But I'm pretty sure they're made out of the same kit anyway. So if they are made out of the same kit, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure, you should be given a fair amount of leftovers, hopefully. What will be quite cool. Sounds like a good kit, and £68, yeah, that's not bad for GW prices and stuff these days. And then we got the Warsong Revenant. So, Warsong Revenant. So, Silver Nerf. So, Warsong Revenant for £34.50. Yeah, that's not bad. That kind of reminds me of a lot of the sort of size models they've been doing lately, like you know, Radikar the Beast, or you know, the other wolf name character for the Soul Black Gravelords, or sort of like Sigvald, those sort of sizes. Yeah, that sounds like a fair sort of price. Then we have Golan and Dorella Vendenst, or how it is pronounced. So these two, they're the two witch hunters, which were cool. I think a lot of people were excited about them when they came out. I certainly was. So Caesar Sigmar, so them £31.50. Obviously not the same sort of size as this model, and obviously they're a lot more expensive, the ones we looked up earlier. But you're getting 2 characters for that. So each character roughly, maths, I don't know, £16.25, probably. No, that's not right. £15.75, I think, maybe. Each, which, you know, for heroes these days from GW isn't that bad. So if you really want them, you get both of them for that price. I've probably thought they'll be sold separately, but oh well. And then 40k, so it's all 40k. I mean, I don't really know much about 40k, but that's got an orc on it, so buy that. Gottring Felix, you can buy all the books digitally. And then the only other thing to say is what was at the top. It's just like the book. We know the price is like £25.50, isn't it? Let's see if I was right. Yeah, £25, and yeah, can't see limited because it's obviously to a third-party retailer. So yeah, £25, and then pounds be £50 for the limited. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, they're the prices. Let me know what you think. Obviously, I mainly focus around Craigness because this is sort of like Cragnos' release, and I think the other prices are pretty fair. But I feel £100 is a lot of money, but maybe, you know, the size of the model makes it right at the end of the day. So let me know your thoughts on him and all the other ones, of course. But what we're going to have a look at now is, I'm just going to get it up. We have got, obviously, the 4 boxes that we were expecting to to come out with Broken Realm Craigness. Like, obviously, we didn't know what the boxes would contain, but we knew that we would get 4 army boxes, essentially, like we've seen with all the other Broken Realm books. So what we get is we get a Beast of Chaos one, we get a Sylvaneth one, we get a Hedonites of Slaanesh one, and we get a Skaven one. So a bit of variety there. I will say it's a bit sad that we haven't got a Destruction one, because trying to think of the top of my head, if Destruction has got any Broken Realm boxes come out, and I don't think it did. Obviously I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but off the top of my head I don't think it did. And this Craigness is all about, you know, destruction, and yeah, there's no Destruction box, which is sad, but you know, yeah, the rumours are true. Maybe Beast of Chaos are going to Destruction, but if they were to do that, they would have to retcon the lore they made for them in the old world and in Warhammer Age of Sigmar, so I'm not 100% convinced on that point. But it's sad that, you know, I just think make each one of these boxes for Destruction. Make a Gloomspite Gits one, an Angels one, an Ogre one, and a Gargan one. I don't know what you're going to put in the Gargan one for the price, but I think do that, and then this can finally be, you know, like a nice release for of old models for Destruction players, which I think would be nice. But here we are. So what I've obviously got the prices and stuff here. But what I've also got is I've got, like I said, the rumoured what we think is going to be inside here. So we do the Sylvaneth one first. I mean, you know, surprise, surprise, you may get Drytra in this box. Who knows? So you get Drytra and 10 Sprite Revenants, which is it's thematic. It fits the theme. I feel like it's a bit boring. Like maybe it's just like, you know, here's Drytra, kind of like a big Sprite Revenant, and then here 10 other ones. But it's very thematic, isn't it? And I've read the Sylvaneth Battletome for a long time. I know those guys are struggling. I can't remember how good Sprite Revenant, but if they are the way to go, and I think Kurnoth Hunters would have most definitely have been what Sylvaneth players would have wanted from a box. And also, if you've already got Drytra, again, you can use Kitbash and, you know, use the model for bits box and all that sort of thing. But yeah, if you're already a Sylvaneth player and you've got Drytra, you probably, unless you're really after Sprite Remnants, probably won't buy this box, which is sad. But obviously, you know, you're a Sylvaneth player. I'm wrong, let me know that as well. And then we've got the... But let's just, sorry, while we do this, let's just flick back and forth and look at the price. Which one is it? Drytra Spike Grove. So £60. I haven't broken down the prices, how much money and stuff you're going to get saved, because otherwise this video would have taken a lot longer to get ready and done. I wanted to give you guys the information as quick as possible, but £60. Obviously, there's some saving these boxes, but I just think composition not that great, to be honest with you. And then the next one is, especially like for, you know, Sylvaneth players who could, you know, use some love. I mean, again, if you want those models, it's a discounted box, so, you know, fantastic. But otherwise, it sounds a bit plain. And then the Slaanesh one. So this is the Exquisite Pursuit. So you get one contorted epitome. So this is the mirror one with the two like demonette ladies sort of like on the side of it, which I think is quite useful. When I played Slaanesh, this was back in the first book, so it might have changed now, but I think it's still useful. It's a good way to make the enemy fight last and stuff, if it still does that. Hopefully it doesn't just make the enemy not pile in, like what all the Cubes of Secrets and stuff can do now from their allegiance, instead of making the enemy fight last. And then you're going to get yourself 3 Fiends and 5 Seekers. So an important note that the Seekers are the old Seekers, not the new ones. It's sad, but I'm not surprised. Games Workshop's not going to give you the new models. They want to get rid of their old stock of the old Seekers. I've probably got like 15 to 20 old Seekers, what are built to not even built. What I just got from like box sets and on the cheap. I'm not a massive fan of the old models, especially when you've got the new ones now that look awesome. But you get 3 Fiends as well, and Fiends are actually models that I really, really like, and I think that in game they have got some play, and I think they are really, really quite cool. So yeah, I prefer that box more than the Sylvaneth one, apart from the 5 old Seekers. And how much is that one going to be? Are they all the same price? I haven't bought one of these Broken Realm boxes before. So which one is it? The Exquisite Pursuit. So £55 for a bit cheaper. So that's not too. That's like a start collecting box basically, isn't it? At that price. And then the next one we'll look at is going to be. So we got Ratchaz Doom Coven. So we got Warlock Bombardier. So this is obviously the Skaven one. 3 Storm Fiends. And a Warp Lightning Cannon, which is, I'm pretty sure, just a Doom wheel away from being, if you remember, the Skaven half of the Carrion Empire box set. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing, though. Like, a Warlock Bombardier, I think, is quite expensive to buy on his own. 3 Storm Fiends are cool, and a Warp Lightning Cannon. Like, as someone who's played a fair bit with Skaven, it was on Tabletop Simulator, but someone who's played a fair bit of Skaven, like, the Clan Scryer stuff is one of the clans, sub-allegiances, that you can actually go independently and do all right, rather than just taking everything as a mix. And it's one of the funnest, if not probably the most fun I had with Skaven, just with all the wacky inventions and just like the whole risk reward mechanic within the army of making something, I don't know, double damage, but on a 1 it could, you roll a dice, on a 1 it could die. Just things like that make it really quite fun. So yeah, I'm a fan of that box set, but let's see how much it's going to cost, especially how the well, here we are. How the Carrion Empire box set, Skaven half, is probably fading away now. Like, there's not so many of those on eBay and stuff, I would imagine. But where are we? So £55 again. That's not bad. I can tell you, like, again, I haven't got the direct price comparison, how much everything we bought separately. Otherwise, I'm doing a whole review for each one of these things. Like I said, it will take absolutely ages. But the £55, I can tell you straight away, like, you're going to be saving a decent amount of money, I would think, on that one. Because like Storm Fiends are like £30 separately. A Warp Lightning Cannon is at least like £20. So then you're paying like an extra £5 roughly, and you're getting a Warp Lock Bombardier. So, and I'm pretty sure he's like £17, something like that separately. So yeah, it's a good deal, especially if you want all those models. And unlike the Sylvaneth one, the nice thing about the Skaven one and the Slaanesh one as well, you could say, is that if you've already got a Skaven army, buying this box set isn't going to be like, oh, I'm going to get, you know, double up on my models and that part, that's bad. You know, I can't have 2 Warlock Bombardiers in an army. I often took 2 when I was playing them out. And the other thing is, when you compare, like I said, to the Sylvaneth one, you know, you directly can't have 2 Drychas in an army. So it's got more use, I feel. But again, just another side note is that all these boxes mean that these armies should play something in the story of the Broken Realm Craigness. It'll be interesting to see what Sylvaneth play in the story, Skaven, Slaanesh. Like, Slaanesh has been in and out of the Broken Realm series already. And then the Beast of Chaos will be interesting to see what they do. Hopefully they're not just there and they die and they set up an ambush and they just get slaughtered before they get to enact their ambush. Like, it kind of feels like when I've read a lot of books and story and everything for Age of Sigmar, if it involves the Beastmen or the Beast of Chaos even, as they're known now, it just feels like they're just there to die, unfortunately. But hopefully, you know, I'll be wrong on that one. But talking about the Beastmen, they are the last one to look at. And while we've got this up, let's just see what their price is right now. So they are... what are they called? Let's just... actually, I say I got the price up. Let's just quickly remind myself what the... Butcher's Herd. Okay, that was a really simple name that I should have remembered. Yeah, Butcher's Herd. Here we go. So, £70. Right, so this one is pretty damn expensive. More expensive than the rest. You know, you're, what, £4 away from having a Lord Croak? Yes, you're £4 away from having a Lord Croak, but if you're collecting Beast of Chaos, you'll be wondering why you're buying Lord Croak, because he certainly would not fit that theme, unless you want it for base material. So you've got a Great Brace Shaman, but you get 6 Bulgors and a Gorgon. So obviously, the Gorgon can be made into a Cygor as well. For many conversations why I think a Cygor could be useful in a certain situation with Dark Walkers, goes behind the enemy lines, tries to take out the small wizards, etc. But I've been told by all Beast Chaos players, bar one, that that tactic does not work. But I will argue to differ as a non-Beast Chaos player. But the Gorgon, I've been told, is the better choice anyway, from most players, as it's just that sort of like threat, that damage potential. Like, yeah, it's got a bad save, so the enemy could, you know, kill it if they want to by focusing fire on it. But the whole point is that if they're focusing fire on that, they're not killing your other things in your army, so it's like a good distraction piece. And if the enemy does ignore it, then it will do damage to you, or like to the enemy anyway. So 6 Bulgors though, that's good. It reminds me a bit of the, I don't remember what it was called, but there was a box set that came out for Beasts of Chaos for some sort of thing. I think it was when Allies first came out for Age of Sigmar, maybe. There was a box that had a Gorgon and 3 Bulgors. And then this just feels like it's like the next step up, isn't it? It's like double the value. Because Great Ray Shamans are something you definitely want in a Beasts of Chaos army. Even if you've already got one, a second one isn't bad. Let's say you've bought the Beasts of Chaos Start Collecting box, where you get, I think it's 10 Ungor/Ungor Raiders, 10 Bestigors, 1 Bray Shaman, and then you get your Sigor or Gorgon. Although you might go, I've already got a Bray Shaman, I've already got a Gorgon. Well, you can always have them to summon, can't you, like the Gorgons and stuff. But an extra Bray Shaman is going to be useful. And then the Bulgors they're just a load of fun. When I did my review for Beasts of Chaos, I came to the conclusion that what I liked most in that army were the Bulgors, and also Bestigors I think are really, really quite cool. Give them all great axes, have a great time. Don't let yourself get shot or attacked first, otherwise you won't have such a great time. But yeah, I know like there's a guy on the Discord who it's called Ben. He joined us when we review. Well, I say he joined us at the first hour when I did that really long review on all the leaks for Soulblight Gravelords on the Battle Tome, and he thinks this box set looks really, really good, and he really likes his Bulgors. So yeah, I think this box set looks quite good. Like it's £70, but I'm pretty sure like 3 Bulgors are probably £30. They're around that mark. So that's like £60, and you get the Gorgon, and then you get the Great Ray Shaman for an extra tenner. From like quick thinking of how much it probably cost to buy separately, I think that sounds pretty good. And with that, I think that's probably going to be everything that we need to talk about in this video, because I think we went over all the prices. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, like I say, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the prices and about the content of these boxes. I think overall they're alright, nothing really shouts to me. If I was to buy one of them, I would buy the Skaven one, because that excites me the most. And then the Beast of Chaos one, just sort of like the Sylvaneth one, I just feel like it's a bit, doesn't really feel good for Sylvaneth players, because they've probably already got a Drycha model and stuff. But if you feel differently, let me know, like I say, down below in the comments, because it's always good to hear that. If you've got any questions or anything like that about these releases, I'll do my best to try and answer them in the comments and stuff as well. Just be good to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. As like I said, it's weird how we've got 3 weeks of seeing what the price leaks are and stuff, but I am really quite enjoying this, because it, like I say, the problem is when it's pre-order day, everything's so quickly selling out at the moment that the fact is that you have to make quick decisions, and you can do really quick impulse buys on things that you maybe didn't want, which I obviously know is the hobby, and then the pile shame grows and all that sort of thing. But it feels like there's more of that these days, because a lot of this stuff you don't already know in the first 10 minutes it's going to be out of stock, and some of this stuff like Craigness will come back into stock, for example, but some of it won't, like some of these Broken Realm boxes and stuff. So I think it's good to do nice reviews and stuff before, and I just think it should be done through the correct channels. I mean, this looks like it was sent to like a third-party retailer, like a shop, and then they just employee or something, I don't know, just leaked it onto the internet, the prices. But I just feel like Games Workshop know that their prices are being leaked. They should just be the ones to do it themselves. I think it'd be better rather than all this secrecy they have with their releases. So I think a roadmap is definitely a better thing. But you let me know your thoughts on that below. Will we get the same next week? It is quite interesting to see. But with that, guys, like I say, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to smash the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification. By smashing those 3 buttons, it massively helps out the channel. It's absolutely free to do so. By liking the video, it shows me that you enjoy the sort of content. There's more chance I'm going to make more of it, and helps YouTube to know that people are liking it. So hopefully I'll recommend it to other people. By subscribing to the channel, it's the only way how the channel properly grows. So that'd be absolutely amazing. And by smashing the bell notification, it means that you'll never miss a future one of my videos. If you're enjoying any of my series at the moment, all things like this, what are news, and obviously like price leaks and all that sort of thing, to find out all your information and news on Age of Sigmar. And if you feel like you know someone who'll enjoy the video as well, make sure that you share it with them as well, because the more people who come to the channel, the better. It's actually something I was recently started doing social media on Facebook and stuff. I think I really should probably start showing off the channel a little bit more. But yeah, so do that, guys. And if you want to see the prices individually and all that sort of thing, just click the link to join the Discord down below. It's a buzzing community. Loads of people are joining lately. A lot of new players as well. So if you've got any questions about how to get started Age of Sigmar and stuff, it's a great place to be and to ask. And what I also want to say is a massive shout out to the people who make all this possible, who are going to be my patrons and YouTube members. Because of these people, I'm able to continue making content for Warhammer and Age of Sigmar, and to help you get into Age of Sigmar yourselves and everyone else basically, and to continue yours and everyone else's Age of Sigmar journey. And at the end of the day, it just helps spread the community that we all love and enjoy, of course. So if you want to become one of these amazing people, smash the join button next to the subscribe button. That will allow you to become a member here at Age of Nagash, where you can give anything from just £1. It goes straight towards the channel, keeps the channel going. And if you want to become a patron, you can go to the description down below and click on a link that takes you to my Patreon. You find it at the top of the description. It takes you to my Patreon. You can give anything from $1 a month, goes straight towards the channel. So I always say the amount of time, effort, resources, money, everything else you put into YouTube, you don't get any money back. You know, if it was a business, you know, you would be going like in debt considerably and just making a loss and a loss and a loss and a loss. But what I get from these people, it shows me that these people are willing to support me on a personal level, that tells me that it's worth the time, effort, money and resources that I put into doing a YouTube channel, that it makes it all worth it. So if you want to become one of these amazing people, click the join button or the link to my Patreon down below. But to start with these, like I say, fantastic people, we've got my Vampire Lords on Zombie Dragons. So this is going to be Stuart F and Filq, who are my top supporters here at Age of Nagash. So thank you so much for deciding to be, like I say, Vampire Lords and Zombie Dragons. It makes a huge difference. As I always tell you guys, thank you so much, and please continue the support. And then my Morgasts, who is going to be Bleed Red. So thank you for being a Morgast for a long time as well. And then my Vampires, which are Mir, Martin S, Rouse321, David A, Ronni H, SpareBear, Christopher H, Stence, Northdrop, Nathan F, and Andrew G. Thank you so much for all deciding to become vampires. That tier really does help out the channel as well. I know a lot of you have been doing it for a long time now. And then my Necromancers, which is Jacq.l, RadiationRiley, AW77, Dice Sagas, WolfNick, Michal W, Quad, Cranky Wombat, Krista C, Krista F, James S, Robin S, Steve T, James T, Patrick F, JJ, Thomas B, R Christopher and Madcap. Thank you all so much for deciding to make that decision to support the channel. It wasn't for you guys, you wouldn't be watching this video here as we are. But like I say, if you have got to this point in the video, I am assuming that you do enjoy the content. If you would consider to do this, that would be amazing. If you can't though, no worries at all. But if you did enjoy the video, like I say, just please smash the like, subscribe and bell notification if you haven't already. Those 3 easy clicks massively help out the channel, and it's absolutely free to do so, which is the best thing. But with that, guys, above anything else, really, I'm just glad that you came and checked out the channel today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember, until next time, to stay safe, stay hygienic, wear a mask. For God's sake, wash your hands. So by the time all these Craigness releases and everything are out, you actually might be able to play on a tabletop in your respective country. But above all of that, as always, remember until next time, that Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.